Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is our Beagle Mix Molly, and today we're going to show you how to treat a dog that has the flu. If you're looking for more information on canine influenza, the symptoms, what you should do, those kinds of things, how dangerous it is for your pet, we have some great information that has all the science behind canine influenza and some great tips to recognize the symptoms and care for your dog on our website, topdogtips.com. Today all I'm going to talk about is the treatment. One thing you should know is that the canine influenza is a virus, and it is different than the virus that gives humans the flu. So if you get the flu, you're not going to pass it to your dog. If your dog gets the flu, you're not going to pass it on, or he's not going to pass it on to you. They are two different viruses, so keep that in mind. The canine influenza virus is extremely contagious, just like the human flu. Your dog can get it from being around a dog that has it. It can also actually live on objects in the environment. So if a dog with the flu, say, chewed on a chew toy, and then your dog comes by and picks up that chew toy, even if that other dog is gone, it can still pass the virus. So it's extremely contagious. My advice is usually to avoid all other dogs for 2 to 3 weeks. And of course, once your dog is completely over the flu virus, you want to make sure to disinfect all of his toys, wash his bedding, take care of all of that stuff so you get rid of the virus from your home in case you have any other dogs in your home. As you can tell, I have some supplies here. It kind of looks very similar to caring for your child or a spouse or somebody that has the flu, a human that has the flu, but it's pretty easy. You know, your dog's gonna want rest, and that's what you need to make sure that she gets. You want to give plenty of rest. Keep your dog warm and dry. You can add a heating pad or heated blanket underneath their bed. If your dog doesn't mind, Molly loves to be tucked in under the covers, so I can put a blanket right over the top of her and kind of snuggle her in, and she likes that. Not all dogs enjoy that. Warm and dry also includes outside time, so you know, raincoat, boots. If it's in the winter months, put a sweater or a jacket on your dog. Make sure that they stay warm and dry. If they happen to go outside in the rain and you don't have a rain jacket, when they come in, make sure that you dry them off really well. Snuggle them up with a blanket or a heating pad so that they get warm and dry off quickly if they happen to get wet. So the biggest risks for a dog with the flu are going to be a high fever or a respiratory infection. Fevers, you're going to want to monitor throughout the course of the flu, and you'll need a thermometer and some petroleum jelly or other lubricant. I have made a video, it's on our website, if you want to see the exact process of taking your dog's temperature and more information about a normal temperature. Dogs do run a little bit hotter than we do, so monitor. If his fever goes over 104, that's when you need to worry and seek veterinary attention immediately. Respiratory infections or pneumonia, those can occur as well, so you want to keep track of your dog's breathing, listen to the sounds. If it gets worse, even if the other symptoms aren't getting worse, if his breathing gets worse, seek veterinary care because you're going to need antibiotics to treat those infections. And you want to be especially careful with brachycephalic breeds, the scrunchy nose dogs. If your dog has a scrunchy nose, a pug or a boxer, something like that, you want to make sure that you touch base with your vet and just know what to be looking for because those breeds are more prone to those respiratory infections. Let's see, so you're going to also limit activity. Your dog's probably going to be very lethargic, but if for some reason that he's not, or some dogs when they're not feeling well, they pace around and maybe move around, try and get comfortable and things a lot. So just try to rest with them, snuggle them, and keep them as still and limit activity as possible. You also want to try to get them to eat if possible. A lot of times they won't eat their dog food, they don't have an appetite. You can make things like boiled chicken and rice that might get a little something in their stomach. I have made a video on how to get a dog with no appetite to eat as well if you want some tips on that. And hydration is extremely important. If you can't get your dog to eat, he's going to be okay for a couple of days without eating. He will not be okay going a couple of days without drinking water. So be sure to provide fresh, cool water. You can add some low sodium broth to the water to get him to drink if that will work. If your dog's not drinking and you notice that he's not drinking, you need to maybe give him water with a syringe, provide water from a fountain, something that's going to get him to get some water into his system, because dehydration is going to make this virus even worse. So make sure to keep him hydrated. If you're noticing congestion, a lot of times you'll see discharge around the eyes and around the nose. If you notice congestion, you can use a humidifier. Just like people, the humidity helps dogs that are congested. It can help break up that congestion. You also want to make sure you keep their eyes and their nose clear of discharge. So I keep grooming wipes on hand all the time. If you don't have any, pick some up. And make sure, don't just use baby wipes. Make sure they're wipes that are safe to use around a dog's nose and mouth and eyes. And you're just going to keep those clear. You want him to be able to see, and you want him to be able to breathe without the congestion. So keep those eyes and nose clear. I also like to have some paw and nose balm on hand. This one's a stick, so it's really easy. If you notice your dog's nose getting dried out, just put a little of the balm on his nose, and it's like lotion for human skin. It's going to keep his nose nice and moist. And then finally, I always like to add things to my dog's meals once he starts eating again. It's great to add things like raw local honey or some coconut oil. They have antiviral, antibacterial, and immune boosting properties. So add some of those superfoods once your dog starts eating again to help him start feeling better and kick that flu virus. It should last on average about 10 days or so. If it lasts longer than 10 days, you want to seek veterinary attention immediately. If you notice symptoms start getting drastically worse, like respiration, if you're hearing a lot more congestion and you're noticing your dog's having a harder time breathing, again, if his fever gets worse, if the symptoms get progressively worse, you want to make sure to seek veterinary attention, because there might be something else wrong aside from just the flu. So usually it takes about 2 to 3 days to completely run its course, and 2 to 3 weeks to completely run its course and get your dog feeling back to normal. Even once he starts maybe eating and getting a little more active, he might still be feeling lethargic, have a limited appetite, that kind of stuff. So in 2 to 3 weeks, he should be back to normal. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. Thank you for watching this video guide.